questions, and then if you guys want to, we'll just go back in and you guys can hang out with us at the table.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions?
Sure.
Have you guys seen the new trailer for the movie coming out next year, and what are your guys' thoughts on it?
Very nervous, because it could be epic. It looks like it could be one of the best things ever to hit the theaters. But look at what they did with the legendary episode. Sorry, Saban, but ooh.
Wait, which episode?
The legendary battle. They brought all the Rangers back, but it was kind of a last minute thing.
Oh.
So the scripts weren't specifically tailored.
When they flew to New Zealand.
Yeah, they didn't specifically tailor the scripts or the episodes to our return, and everybody could tell, and everybody commented.
No.
Because there was so much buildup, like the movie. There was so much buildup. Everyone was so excited, and then it was just
Anticlimactic?
Well, yeah, because they brought back 11 of us.
Yeah.
And not everybody even had a line.
What? Oh no, no,
What?
no. That's crazy.
Some of the Rangers who returned actually only just smiled on screen, and then it cut back to everybody else. It was just, okay, redeem yourself with the movie. Redeem yourself, please. We're very hopeful, but I already, the costumes look cool, but does anybody else think they kind of look like Iron Man?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what everyone keeps saying.
Well, they were designed by the same person,
Oh, wow.
and it kind of looks like he took some of his designs that didn't quite make it to the Iron Man movies and loved them so much. He's like, well, somebody's going to use these. Power Rangers is. Because they've got the light thing right in the center, just like Tony Stark.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do not like the women's breastplates.
Neither do I.
Yeah, they're too revealing, to say the least.
Well, they're like old, like manga almost, like just sculpted, like you can see everything. I'm sorry, I don't see that on the boys' chest.
Right.
That's just not, like, if you're trying to inspire a new wave of young females, that is not the way to do it. Like, you can be a superhero, but you better look good while you're doing
Exactly.
I think if that were to happen with the boys' costume, I think they'll have the same criticism like the Batman costumes from Batman and Robin.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So how come the girls get stuck with it?
It's just the world we live in.
Like, even Laura Croft is toning it down.
It's the sign of the times, everyone's been saying.
Her new video game, she's no longer torpedo-chested. Have you seen the original video game?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
when
yeah.
she stands to the side, it's like...
Are they coming with a new Lara Croft movie?
Video game. I don't know about the movie. I hope.
I
would
saw
love
a
to
poster
see
that they're
Angelina
coming out
come
with a
back.
new video game for that.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. 'Cause I know when they first came out, it was like huge. Like she's the new female action hero, somewhat.
You know, if they hadn't made her so sexy, it might have lasted a little bit longer. That's, there needs to be a whole new, like, the film industry needs a complete makeover. It shouldn't be about how sexy the women are. If they're put out there to kick butt, let them kick butt dressed in something that's actually going to be functional.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of faced that on my season a little bit. They put me in a mini skirt. It was very difficult to try and kick and do anything that the other Rangers were doing without, okay, I have to make sure I'm facing away from camera.
Right, make sure nothing's revealing.
I mean, I wore boy shorts underneath the skirt, but it didn't really help. And you?
Yeah, well, my costume, I mean, that was definitely not functional. You know, midriff exposed, and then, and then definitely the breastplates, and then, so I had these heavy wings, and it was really hard.
The wings were cool.
The wings were cool, for sure. But yeah, that's kind of, yeah, that's.
Because she didn't look demonic, she looked sexy.
Yeah, true.
That's
For a
why-
kids show, especially.
Right. We were definitely the ones on the show, like, Okay, everybody else is in pants and button-ups and completely covered, and then you stick us out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys.
And then they also expect you to be in really good shape, but then on set, all they had were like Twizzlers and M&Ms.
Yeah, our craft service person actually got fired because we all gained about, I want to say 15 pounds within the first few months.
Oh, wow.
It was really fun to get a call home discussing my weight gain and the costume issue. So it was
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
not a very nice call. But luckily I broke my leg and lost all the weight.
Ooh,
Wait, how?
ouch.
I mean, how did you lose weight when you broke your leg? I think I would have gained weight.
No, because I was in so much pain, and the medication that I was taking for pain actually it made it so that I couldn't eat. So I lost, literally, to the pound, I lost exactly what I started the show with. So then they called home and asked if I had an eating disorder.
Oh my goodness.
They wanted me to lose the weight, but then when I lost the weight, it was, no. Welcome to the industry.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
The glamour. Glamour. Does anybody else have Power Rangers questions?
What made you want to audition for Power Rangers? I mean, was it a great experience? Did you always want to be on the show?
I was actually not familiar with Power Rangers. I was enrolled to go to school. My dream was to become a genetic botanist.
That's
So
cool.
if I had turned down the audition, I would have been one of those GMO scientists that everyone's hating on right now. I wanted to do that so badly.
I was aware of the show because my brothers watched it, and it was interesting. I mean, I didn't originally get the part. There was actually another Vypra, which no one really knows about.
I worked with her one day.
Yeah, and apparently after, I guess, they have produced 2 episodes, and then they had it edited and everything, and then she got let go. She was let go, right? Because she wasn't nice to kids or something.
No, that's not why.
Oh, really?
That's not why they let her go.
You have to tell me.
She was a diva. When she came on set, she was telling the makeup artists what they could and couldn't do. She was telling wardrobe what they could and couldn't do. She was basically ordering everybody around. And this was a first-time actor. This was somebody that had, as far as I know, she hadn't worked before. So we didn't know any of this, but makeup talks. Makeup talks a lot. So we were like, makeup actually, some of the stuff that they were using on me, it was burning my face.
I know. Well,
And
me
I-
too. Yeah.
Because of that story, I didn't say a word. And one day my face actually started turning red, and the makeup lady was like, "Are you okay?" "No, I'm fine." She's like, "No, your face is turning red." "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." She goes, "No, your face is turning red. You can't go on camera like this." "Okay. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I think the makeup cleaner that you're using, it's burning my face." "Why haven't you said something?" "I don't want to be fine."
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god. Oh my
Oh.
god.
There's a fine line. There's a fine line on these shows. You don't want to be a problem, but you also really don't know how to not be a problem. So you just.
No, the makeup they used was crazy. It actually.
No, it was the cleaner on the brushes.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was the heavy, because like my makeup was crazy, as you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
Like the silver eyeshadow, like the lashes, and also
It
the
looked
powder.
awesome.
It looked awesome, but oh, did it wreck my skin? Which actually led to what I'm doing now. I'm actually the creator of Pure Lease Beauty, which is a skincare line inspired by my grandmother's Asian beauty secrets, and it's safe for sensitive skin because of my experience as Vypra on Power Rangers.
It is awesome stuff.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Yeah, so it's not glamorous at all. I guess I have to really stress that, right?
Yeah, show business is not glamorous.
And we were in our 20s. Well, you were like 18, and I was in my early 20s, and I'm like, well, I have to get up at 3:30 a.m. to make it on set by 5.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it was like. So it really wasn't.
They always called me in first because they had to curl my hair. So I had to go in an hour before anybody else. So I finally started asking, "Can I sleep in curlers?"
Yeah, that's so smart. Yeah,
Gave me an extra half hour.
which is major.
Huge when you're shooting 12 to 14 hour days. that extra half hour in bed. I think everybody was always asleep on set.
Oh, I was.
If you weren't filming, if you weren't actually on set, you were sleeping somewhere.
Exactly. And I mean, I would sleep when they put on my makeup because it would take 2 hours with all that like, wig and then eyelashes. I would just be like, and then they had to put on the fake nails every day.
I have so many pictures from set that I haven't put out yet.
Oh my, you have to.
I've got probably one of those long photo boxes, completely filled and organized with each episode.
Oh, wow.
I want to at some point put out a book of this is what it was, but I'm afraid.
Why? I think you're allowed to, right?
I don't know. There might be a statute of limitations on such things, but I was told because I always had a camera. Remember?
You were so smart. You were
You
so smart because like. I just was just so out of it.
It wasn't because of that. It's just I grew up with my mom was always taking pictures of me, so I'm like, this is my new family. I'm gonna take pictures of everybody.
Which is awesome.
But somebody told me on set one day, any picture you're taking on set belongs to Saban. What? What does that mean? Like forever? Can they come and like demand my shoebox of photos?
Uh-oh.
They can. I mean,
there might be limitations, a time frame at some point, but I could call Danny Slavin, Red Ranger Lost Galaxy. He's a lawyer.
Yeah,
might
he
know
is.
these things.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he is.
He's in
Exactly.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I did see something like that.
Too bad he only did the show to pay for law school.
I know, he completely left the industry. It was such a mistake. Well, not a mistake, but he's got that like superhero jaw that if he were still in the industry right now, I'm sure he would be on these shows like all over the CW.
Hey, you totally make it.
He still looks the same.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about Rangers. Most everybody still looks the same. Did you guys see the original series, the Sentai version? The very, very first season, like 40 years ago.
That was 4 years ago.
The Pink Ranger from that show, she looks exactly the same. I saw her at Power Morphicon. She's gotta be, I don't know, in her 40s or 50s? If the show aired 40 years ago and she played a teenager on it?
The show aired
Mhm.
ago?
In Japan, yeah.
Oh, in Japan. Okay.
But she looks the same. I don't know what the heck her beauty secret is, but I want some of those genes.
Yeah. Well, you look exactly the same too.
It's very sweet, but they're very false.
No, it's not. You look the same.
She's a sweetheart. Any more questions?
So what are you girls doing in your lives today?
Well, she's got the beauty company, which is
Yeah.
everywhere. I see you all over the place in magazines like Cosmo, and it's so cool.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
know
you.
this person.
No, I got come by our offices. Well, so Allison's saying, no, now I'm an entrepreneur. So I have a skincare and cosmetics company, and then I'm also a mother to a 2-year-old daughter. So that's what keeps me busy. And, my running the company is full time. And knock on wood, we're growing. And so it's called Pure Lease. You guys have to check it out.
And I work actually with the Gold Ranger Samurai. He has a production company called Secret Sky Productions. And we do music, film, production, photography. Our most recent project is we work with the contestants for the Miss California USA pageant. We have a bunch of girls going, photograph them and work with them and help them get there. It's fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah. They definitely need a lot of beauty products.
You know what? So we had to pass on let me know about the next event.
I know.
And I'll,
Because if one of those winners ends up going to be Miss California, they'll be like, and this is the skincare, the only product that I use.
yeah, exactly. It's called Pure Lease, Purlisse.
Anybody else?
Any other questions?
What would you say was your greatest moment since filming Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue, for both of you?
Greatest moment, like on screen or off screen?
Both. Like, what was your happiest moment? What was like your best moment that you got since leaving the show? And of course, I remember you both came back for Power Rangers Time Force.
Coming back from Megaforce was actually pretty cool. Seeing all of those costumed characters, like every single Power Ranger season in costume behind us, it was just, God, there's a lot.
I know.
There's so many.
That's crazy.
That was pretty cool, but other than that, probably meeting Steven Skyler, and getting the chance to work with him in his company, and it's turned into a lot of a future that I didn't expect, becoming a screenwriter and a photographer and a graphic designer.
That's awesome.
Those are three things that I grew up wanting to be. Never occurred to me in a million years any of them would be a possibility, and now I'm doing all three of them.
That's amazing.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. For me, I think it was giving birth to my daughter in October 2 years ago, and then also growing my company.
That's been fun to watch.
Thank you, thank you. I think, you know, like Steve Jobs said, it's interesting because you don't know why, you know, like when I got on Power Rangers, like I didn't know why, you know, because when I had to wake up at 3 a.m., I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? This is like crazy, you know? But now looking back, like that was the platform and the catalyst that made me become an entrepreneur. And, you know, I love what I'm doing now. Like Alison, you know, she's saying she never thought she could dream of becoming, you know, a photographer, screenwriter. But, you know, you always had it in you because you always had your camera with you, right? Mm-hmm. And I was always concerned about my skin. So I'm grateful.
There was actually a day when we worked insane hours.
Yeah.
And I went home one night, it was like 5 o'clock in the evening, I went straight to bed. Didn't even shower, I just went to bed and crashed. And I got a phone call, I looked at the clock and it said 6. So I'm like, oh my God, I've only been asleep an hour, what do you want? It was the first AD from set. He says, Alison, are you ready for your call time? I said, yeah, what is it? He was gonna give me my call time for the next day. He says, no, it's right now. What do you, no, just, what time do I have to be on set tomorrow? Alison, it is tomorrow. It is 6 a.m. You need to be on set right now. I couldn't even, it took me another 10 minutes of just sitting there. What? Yeah. I slept for 12 hours? Oh, okay, I'm coming. That was rough.
Oh, God.
That was the first week of filming where we were still trying to learn, our bodies were trying to learn how to do that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when you think about it, it is crazy because you know how much work it takes to just live your life. Like you have to go to the grocery store or, you know, errands. But literally when we were working on TV, we would have to be on set at 5 and we would be released at 5 or 6.
No,
but it would take
we had to go to set at 5, but crew call wasn't until 7. So we could literally be worked until 7.
Yeah.
So for an average day, it was 12 to 14 hours.
And then, but it would take an hour to get there sometimes, but then after we would be stuck in traffic because our studios was in Magic Mountain, which nobody lived near there at all.
I did. I had to move up there.
Oh, you're smart. I lived on the west side, so it would take me sometimes like 2 hours to get home. Like I'm not gonna go to the grocery store and do my laundry after that. I'm like, I'm going straight to sleep. So you didn't have a life.
Weekends were the only time you could actually be normal.
Yeah, so TV work is really hard.
And the crew, they worked even harder.
I know,
They worked
so
even
true.
longer hours. They had to get there before we did and leave after we did. So the amount of sleep that they got, not a whole lot. Like
Yeah.
If you see a film crew, you will never see a crew person without some sort of energy drink or coffee in hand.
Yeah.
Or sugar. That's actually why we had trouble, because they needed their sugar. They had to have sugar all day long to keep themselves going, and we're like, ooh, sugar. Everywhere there's sugar. This is like Halloween year round. Oh, I missed that. Actually, the craft service lady, she would do baked goods every day, like freshly baked goods, and come and waft these beautiful creations under our noses. We're like, okay, I just had lunch, but it's just, okay, anybody looking? Whole thing, mine. You guys have some questions? Anybody? Oh, we've got a question?
No.
You were on that episode Bewitched?
I was
You, like, really
in the movie.
Oh, the movie.
With
that
Nicole
was-
Kidman. After she gets fired or she quits from the show and they're trying to bring in new witches, I was the first actress to audition for it.
I was thinking of the series because that was like in 70s.
Oh, no, you weren't even born then.
I've
girl.
been
What are you
told I
talking
look
about?
like the actress sometimes.
Oh,
we have the
yeah.
same jawline, but definitely was not alive for that.
So it's the movie. Okay.
Yeah. And that was an interesting shoot because when we went to set, we were told, we saw Will Ferrell standing there and immediately the PA comes over and says, don't look at him, don't talk to him, don't ask him questions, and don't talk to him. Did I mention don't talk to him? Okay.
That is ridiculous.
Will Ferrell's standing behind me, I can't take a picture, I can't talk to him, I can't even acknowledge his presence.
Was he nice? Or was he?
I don't know.
Yeah. You weren't allowed to talk to him.
I filmed a scene with him, but I know nothing about him. Oh yeah, that was crazy. I was so excited to meet Will Ferrell, but no. There were a lot of us. There were like 10 girls, so he was probably like, I don't want them. No, just no. I get it. Kind of. I really wanted to meet him. He's huge, by the way. He is so tall. One of the tallest men I've ever seen in Hollywood. Just wow. I don't know how they cheat that so well in so many films, but that dude is probably 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially with that movie, Stepdad, Mark Wahlberg, because Mark Wahlberg is not very tall.
No, that's I think Daddy's Home or something like
Or
that.
yeah, okay. Yeah, is it Stepdad or Daddy's Home?
No, it's not Stepdad.
That
It's
was the other ones or something like that.
Yeah, I know it's Daddy's something, Daddy's home, something.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
I just saw that on FX. I think it's like the other guys or something.
no, that was John C. Reilly with him and Stepdad.
Oh yeah, that was Stepbrother.
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother. You're right, you're
I
right.
was thinking, when you said that, that's the
But yeah, he
picture
did.
that popped into my
Yeah,
head,
Mark
those
Wahlberg
two.
did shoot a movie with
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, something, Daddy something.
Great movie, but I can't watch the whole thing because they just get so obnoxious. I can't.
Yeah.
can't.
Any other questions, you guys? Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue for Alison. Anybody?
Did you guys have any, what were like your funny moments on set of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue?
You know,
You probably had a lot more than
No,
me.
we didn't. Seasons previous to us, they pulled pranks. They got into a lot of trouble. We were actually commended about our second or third month in. The crew started saying, "You guys are really good. Thank you. We like having you guys
Oh
around."
wait, and then they also we were like the nicest season, like
Yeah.
no divas on our
So
season. I was like,
we were
okay,
like,
good.
"Wow, what did they do? What did they do to you guys beforehand?"
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't occur to us because it was work. We came to work, we performed as we were supposed to, and we went home. It didn't occur.
Yeah. No,
Even
right.
after they told us that, I still couldn't I could prank people, huh?
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I remember the makeup artist saying you guys were like the nicest season. Like the years before you, they were divas. Some of the male actors. I was like, really? It was crazy. Yeah.
Well, plus again, I didn't want to get in trouble, so I wasn't about to do
Exactly.
anything.
And I was the replacement, so I'm like, okay, yeah.
I mean, now if I were to go back, I'd probably put whoopee cushions under the director's chairs and things like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun though. Everybody really was really nice.
no, there was one thing. There was one thing we did to each other. Those orange jackets that we wore, we had tons of pockets all over them. And it became that's the only thing that we did to each other was whoever could sneak the most things into somebody else's pocket during the day, they were the victor. We were very tame.
Yeah. We were.
Do you still keep in touch with your former castmates since leaving the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thank God for Facebook.
Yeah, I know, I agree. Yeah, because how did we keep in touch? We didn't. Yes, you're right. We didn't for many years.
A decade. It wasn't
almost a
until
decade.
the legendary battle, and we all started getting into social media and realizing, hey, we can talk to each other. I've missed you guys. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
exactly. So true.
So now we do. Now we do, via Facebook, we look at each other's families and comment and send a text, that was awesome. That's about it. Not as much as we would like.
Yeah, we had a reunion photo.
Yeah, it's on Instagram, probably.
Yeah, it's Instagram.
A couple years ago.
It was cool. No, it was in August.
Oh, at
The
the
reunion
PMC.
photo, but
Yeah.
the Blue
Oh, yeah,
Ranger
yeah.
was not on there.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
I have a question for you, Jennifer. I'm just curious, your armor, how light or heavy is it? And as far as getting in and out of it, is it difficult or is it fairly well constructed where you can
Oh
put
yeah.
it on and off?
Well, the armor, it was more like foam, so it wasn't as heavy, but what was heavy were the wings because they had to strap them across.
And those were pipe, like PVC pipe, weren't they?
Yeah.
Remember?
And then because the chest, and then it like choked me here around my neck, but also I had on a wig too. So the whole entire costume was really, so they had to put on a wig, so I already have like hair like this, really long.
Oh, it's a wig? I
And,
thought
yeah,
it was your
and
real
then they
hair.
put a headpiece on, and then the wig, and then that headpiece. So honestly, I'm like, you guys are crushing my brain. Because I would have headaches all the time, because I think it was restricting oxygen. And I think they had to get another headpiece, because the other girl was like smaller, everything. Like smaller head, shorter, like thinner, and that whole costume was just, they had to redo it.
I do not remember her.
Yeah. And then when I had to go into the audition, I had to wear her freaking pants. And she's literally 2 sizes smaller than me and shorter than me, but I'm like, okay, if I want this. I was like, I sucked in my stomach, I zipped it up, and I was like, okay, I'll have to be here for 15 minutes. And luckily, it was worth it.
Weren't they latex?
Yeah, they were, they were latex and really tight and like really uncomfortable. And
They looked good.
yeah, well, finally when they actually made a size that was appropriate for me, but wearing hers, I was like, this is not possible. Yeah, so that's the little history behind the scenes.
Okay. You got another one?
Any other questions?
Okay then, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. If you guys wanna come and say hey at our table, we'd love to see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.